Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Kemi Olunloyo. It is the 4th of March, 2020, and the time is about 4 o'clock p.m. in Lagos, Nigeria. I just wanted to let you know that I have covered the coronavirus outbreak around the world in the local arena of Lagos in the last 7 days. On Thursday, the 27th of February, 2020, I broke the story at 7 a.m. on Twitter, and I tweeted all the way till 9 o'clock in several tweets talking about there is coronavirus in Lagos, and certain people who are Chinese nationals are being treated underground by doctors in Lagos. I made it clear what I feel that the government should do, and I posted it. As soon as my tweets came out, it generated a lot of conversations, and I couldn't tell you this before, but I'll tell you now. On that day, Thursday, a lot of media outlets called me. Newspapers called me from the headquarters, and so did television and radio stations. Some even wanted me to be on their shows. I declined. I put the information there because I know that if we have people coming from China into our country and they feel sick, vomiting, coughing, whatnot, the only thing they can do really is to go to the doctor here. They don't travel back to China. By the time they got here, the situation was locked down in Beijing and Wuhan, the whole of Hubei province. And if they go to doctors here, they're not committing a crime. If a doctor's treating them here, they're not committing a crime. But if they have to tell a doctor, how much you charge for a visit, and the doctor says 10,000, card 5,000, 15K, and they say they have symptoms of this new disease, they can offer that doctor anything. If that doctor says, for me to treat you, it'll be 40K, they'll give that doctor 250K, and that doctor will keep them quarantined for 14 days, treat them whatever way they want, provided that the doctor does not tell the government and put them in some kind of infectious disease database. We got a problem. Okay, the whole of Nigeria is going to be infected, and this is all I've been shouting about, and no one is listening to me in the federal government. The NCDC, the national, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, the Federal Ministry of Health, the Lagos State Ministry of Health, Professor Abayomi, Professor Chike, Professor Ehanire, all these doctors, very reputable medical professionals, are leading this investigation and this war. Me, personally, I don't know if there's an Italian person. The story did not add up to me. Okay, if there's an index patient, we need to know who it is. We're not in America where we have HIPAA laws. HIPAA is HIPAA, Health Information Portability Privacy Act, where everything is private. Should the name of a patient with coronavirus be disclosed? Well, yes and no. Yes and no, because let's go with the yes first. If the airline knows the patient that carried that virus into Nigeria and their name is disclosed to the airline, privacy is gone right there. The airline can actually know the person that sat next to him on the plane. We can know that person's name and contact them. Everybody has a contact when they're booking flights, especially international flights. If I was sitting behind that guy in the plane and they have my address as number 6 Brown Street, Ikeja, Lagos, they know to come to number 6 Brown Street or to contact me. There's always a phone number. And this is why I have a problem with the government calling up passengers to come forward. We can get in touch with them privately, one by one. It doesn't take a lot. We have money set aside for this. However, I'm doing too much for no money, no funds. I did a fundraiser for 3 days. I asked Nigerians to contribute and support good journalism. The same fundraisers and the same way Premium Times, Guardian UK, and others do, independent journalism platforms. But Nigerians, oh, you're a beggar, blah, blah. Some people donated, some didn't. I don't have the funds. I spent 350,000 naira last week alone. 150 my own money. 200,000 in donations. If you don't know what that money goes to, it goes to a lot of things. It goes to a lot of things. For me to go out there and get 2 guys to videotape me talking to people in Lekki, Victoria Island, Ajah, Songotedo, VGC, everywhere. all the way to Diroku last Saturday. It costs money. To get home and edit those things, time and energy, it's money. Upload them to Facebook, to Twitter, to Instagram, to YouTube. Uploading them is money. You got to buy data, Wi-Fi. A lot of money is involved to monitor people, to report, to look at the feeds from the World Health Organization and everyone else's feed, to do educational videos in my home, in English, in Yoruba. It takes a lot of time, energy, and money. This is why I pulled out of the coronavirus coverage in Nigeria. I can't do this kind of work alone. There's money to do it, but the federal government has not heard my pleas. I called the DSS, Department of State Security, and told them about Zakzaki's daughter. Okay, an Iranian journalist who photographed Zakzaki's daughter with Soleimani's daughter in Iran. Okay, inside the home of one of the leaders over there. Iran is super infected. Many have died in 2 weeks. Okay, I told the DSS in a 40-minute meeting that Soleimani's daughter, sitting next to Zakzaki's daughter, is a picture that I didn't want to be painted. The journalist that tweeted it, I've contacted him. He was just tweeting and saying the Islamic Sharia or whatever, Shiite movement is in African soil and everything. I saw something else when I saw the picture. Okay, the Department of State saw the picture on my page. I tagged them. Okay, Soleimani's daughter. I don't know why people don't think like me, the kind of intelligence I have. Soleimani, the two angles I discussed with the DSS. Soleimani's daughter just said that she wants Rouhani, their president or prime minister, supreme leader, told the supreme leader and Rouhani, their prime minister, to avenge her father's death. Okay? As soon as Soleimani was killed, the Shiites burned the American flag. The next day, we were banned, from getting visas that will allow us to change to permanent status. You got to wake up and see how these things are done. Then you have that girl, that Eleha girl in black hijab and niqab, sitting next to Soleimani's daughter, and the whole place is infected. Deputy president infected. Special advisor to Rouhani dead from coronavirus. 5 lawmakers turned into 12 lawmakers. It was as if somebody just went there and dropped it there. 25 people died in one day, 2 Mondays ago. Now, Iran has over 68 people dead. Over 2,000 infected. Some big numbers overnight. What happens when Zakzaki's daughter returns to Abuja? She needs to be quarantined immediately. I don't know what you're doing, DSS. Leave Shoare alone and get this woman quarantined. We're doing the wrong things. Lots of markets being burned in Nigeria. Secure places, pipelines, schools, Napa places. One burned in Ibadan. Computer village, tech village, market, where they sell tech items. All this stuff I'm telling you is easy. The world is ending. Terrorism in Nigeria is not about guns alone anymore. Guns and bombs will run out. Boko Haram kept quiet for a long time. They rebranded into herdsmen. They rebranded back into bombs and gunmen. All those things wear out, and now it's time for bio-warfare. Call it a conspiracy theory, I don't care. Protect yourselves, Nigerians. Bio-warfare doesn't need weapons. It needs germs. Whatever is going to protect the Nigerian people. So the federal government, please protect the Nigerian people. We have not gotten into schools yet. Schools in US and Canada have sent letters home to parents because of the electronic thing they have over there. Internet, email. You register a child in school, parents' number and email is there. Mass email to the parents. Here, every school is not even public anymore because of the breakdown and corruption in our education system. So private school people have to meet with their parents, okay? Or emails or whatever, or call. But the Lagos state government and every state government should go out to individual schools around the country and educate them how they're going to contact the parents. Schools, bio-warfare. President Trump said that the media in America is hyping the coronavirus and politicizing it. I have seen aspects of that. At the same time, oh yeah, they say, what did America do? Now we're the number one in trade. Leave that to the Americans and their media. We are the media in Nigeria. Our media is government controlled, or someone that owns it is a politician or political entity. There is no independent media in Nigeria. I'm the only person close to being independent. We need immediately to communicate with the schools. I did a video for everybody going back to work this week. What employers need to know. What companies need to know. The Nigerian police was busy with the Nigerian police games. This was not the time. Go to Toronto police page and see how their police is getting involved in the coronavirus war. We need police on street level. We need officials. The World Health Organization is shouting about supplies. Supplies are low all across the world, and they're begging companies to continue making gloves and everything. Here we're screaming gloves, sanitizers, and masks. Some other countries, they need entire suits. I hope Nigeria doesn't get that way. Take care of yourself, people. Even Twitter tweeted it. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. 1720, 1820, 1920, 2020. Has anyone seen the relationship? As much as I love current affairs when I was in school, primary, secondary, even university, 1720 was the bubonic plague. 1820, I believe, was another plague. But 1920 was the Spanish flu. Now this. We got to remember these things. History is repeating itself. Sky News is talking about people. Sky News is in the UK. They're talking about people who are retesting positive for coronavirus after they were treated and discharged as negative. After treated, quarantined, they're coming back positive. To the health officials, wake up. Ameyo Adadevor. I covered Ebola in 2014 out of my own pocket. The NTA of those days is not the NTA of these days. Because NTA News allowed me. I mean, they fired the DG, they fired people. But that NTA in 2014 allowed me to submit my articles every week, which they tweeted and posted on their website. And after it was tweeted, the Federal Minister of Health of those days, Jonathan Era, tweeted my article. One of my articles went viral. What Americans should learn about Nigeria in the curing of Ebola. Because we went Ebola free before them. That article got to the CDC. Today, you can't even talk to somebody at NTA or at the Federal Ministry of Health. They don't even notice your work. Nigerian government should be the same when it comes to everything broadcast, because the people are not listening to Kemi Olunloyo. The people are listening to the official channels, which is the media that's mainstream. Channels, TV, CNTA, all that. I am on the street. The BBC called me in my interview a community activist and clinical pharmacist. I don't practice pharmacy anymore. Okay, I'm a health and media consultant now. I'm retired from that. However, I must not forget Ameyo Adadevor. Dr. Adadevor, the Ebola doctor. Ameyo, I grew up with her. The Unilag days, Kojo Adadevor, the whole family. And for me to see Ameyo come out of the hospital on that Thursday, was it? She was Ebola free, she was cured. And on Sunday, she died. 2 or 3 days after she was released, she died. Meaning that she wasn't totally cured. And this thing about coronavirus coming back in UK scares me. To the Nigerian government, please take action. To my people, Take care of yourself. I'm Kemi Omololu Olunloyo. Thank you.